Well, this is the scene that greets us this morning. It's about 7:30. The wind's blowing a gale out here. Sky's overcast. We had a little rain earlier. Wind's turned around about 90 degrees. And, you can see it's blowing pretty good. Look out on the lake here. Doesn't look like much from here, but if we run our boats out there, it would be a real hairy deal. Camp is pretty windblown from this side. Let's see. My tent. I managed to put it down into a little hollow here, which has protected it pretty well. Way in the background is Phelps' tent. He's in good shape. Bruce and Alan, Bruce through the trees here, and Bruce out on the point are really in the midst of it. Don't know what we're going to do today. It's really too rough to paddle. Temperature was supposed to go down into the low 30s. It's considerably warmer than that, thank God. Well, we're over at campsite 3 here. We've been trying to get out of the wind, but as we came over, the wind shifted around to get 90 degrees and it's coming strong from this camp. So we slung up the tarp, tried to get out of the wind so we could cook breakfast. It seems to be working, at least for the moment. Well, it's now 9 o'clock. We're here at campsite 3 and having trouble getting stuff cooked in this wind and cold. The wind keeps coming up, and it's swung around. I'm going to take you out here by the water so you can see the conditions. There's just no way that we're going to be paddling here today. We'll have to spend our time hiking. I don't even know if you can hear my voice over this wind here. It's really very, very strong, especially as I get closer and closer to the cliff here at the edge of the island. The breakers are very regular, coming close together. The waves are close together. Really, the conditions are nasty. So, unless things change significantly, we're not going to be paddling today. We'll be hiking. Now, if we look over into the Adirondacks, across the lake, we can see sunshine, so maybe that's coming our way. If it does, things could change for us. But right now, it's pretty nasty. Well, this is the most interesting outhouse or privy I've run into on any of my travels. It's a composting outhouse. See, it's kind of wide open, the wind can blow through. The interesting thing is that down here, it's all screened, and all the waste drops onto the ground. It does not drop into a pit. Periodically, the Parks Department comes along and rakes the material, mixes it up, and also make sure that there are red worms in it, adds leaf material and so forth so that it breaks down. And the reason they can do this is there's not that much traffic here. It's not used constantly, and it seems to work really well. Eventually they'll remove the material and they'll take it to an area in the park where they'll continue to break it down and then spread it around as fertilizer. This is the access hatch on the side where they can get in and work on things, and it's, it sounds kind of gross, but there's no smell at all. It's really probably one of the most clean operations I've seen. Well, it's now 2:30 on Sunday afternoon, and the sun is out. The wind is dominating a bit, but I think it's stronger. The waves are bigger and fuller here. You can see them out and around here. Well, I'm in my tent. It's probably, I think, around 8:30 on the second day of our trip. It's dark out. We weren't able to have a fire tonight because the the wind was blowing so hard we were afraid of starting a forest fire here. Wind's still blowing hard. We had a nice dinner, and but put some things in the boats, made sure they were secure, and then we've headed off to our tents before going to sleep. Now, the cold today has been very, very interesting. I'm not usually bothered by the cold, but we were out here just like 24/7, and I started out the morning with long john top and bottom, and a pair of Polartec pants and a Polartec sweater, and a down jacket. And very soon after that, I pulled on my rain pants and then my rain jacket, which I had on and off all day, depending on whether I was in a heavy wind or or not. I've got my paddling boots on, neoprene boots, with 2 pairs of socks, and that has kept me comfortable all day long. The forecast for tonight is for temperatures in the low 30s to high 20s. We'll have a hard frost tonight. Some possibility that we could get a little precipitation, but I think that's not going to happen. The winds tomorrow are supposed to be a little lower. We're concerned about getting off the island and back home, but at the moment I'm concerned about sleeping, so I'm probably going to have 2 layers on my body, as well as the sleeping bag and the separate blanket that I've got over the top of that. It's going to be chilly, but at the moment I'm in my tent. I'm probably going to do some reading and writing before I go to sleep. I've got the gear on I had on all day, minus the rain jacket, and I'm really quite toasty. So that's the good thing. So we'll see what happens overnight, and you'll probably hear more about everything in the morning.